But you see, they say interest in the past.
Doing a test live right now. Setting up the software. Okay. Did I do something wrong here? I think I'm doing something wrong here. What is this going on? I need to figure this out. Okay, it's showing up live. Okay, good.
So I use this pattern again on because on the first door, by using a different yard and smaller to your size. So I say I choose this pattern because she have button shape. This is the same pattern again sell quality.
All right.
Yeah, the first pattern I buy from Kim Cousin.
Hey guys, you're seeing this. I'm doing a test live. We come over here.
But I wouldn't make she next scheme. And she say she have blood here, so I get this kind of here.
I'm working on a new software. Trying to figure out the bugs.
Since it's curly, just actually here, but I'll take those and make it short like after.
As I'm testing out this software, I'm trying to be familiar with the settings. Hey, Big Papa, what's going on with you? I know we're trying to get prepared for a Saturday live broadcast for my tech talk because I had to talk to my partner. Something we try and do for what we know that we had like 2 episodes being uploaded, and we had 2 more episodes that need to be uploaded. And we're doing working on this because one, me and my partner we have so much to share from our work experience, what we have done in the IT arena. Desktop support technician or application support technician, as a lead tech, or as a site lead, whatever position we were given at the time. And we want to utilize what we have done in a way to give back an impact so it be more educational, more fruitful. So while I'm doing this test one right now, I'm trying to figure out the inside and around of this software R-Stream. I think it was Don GQ who got me into this because I know everybody else was using hey Jenny, how you doing? Everybody using StreamYard. And R-Stream, the way it is, it's very, very unique. They said they allow you to broadcast to over 30 plus social media platform, which is a real big deal to me. I was like, okay, wow. So we can really do something about this because I want to make sure that me and what my partner is doing is more than just an educational impact, but more. I'm trying to find the exact word for it because I'm not gonna lie, it was TLA that got me into this. He mentioned any of you guys out there who are over 40 who got a lot of experience, you got something to share to the community out there. You know what? He just hit the nail on the button. I've been in the IT field for 20 years. I know. So hell, speak with I know you always got to say it. You've been doing IT for 20 years. You've been doing IT for 20 years. Yeah, I've been doing IT for 20. Even I'll put in my LinkedIn profile what I've done because I realized I went to trade school for this. Maybe 2 or 3 different trade schools. I asked a lot of questions concerning the arena I'm getting myself into. You're not gonna believe this. About maybe 80 to 90% of the trade school out there in this country, they would tell you, "Oh, we're not gonna teach you anything about Apple computers." You know what I mean? And you'd be surprised that a lot of companies they got people that use Apple computers. That's just the hint we'll be talking about in multiple episodes we'll be working on. We hear about how people gotta pay X amount of money for trade schools. Some trade school are real good, you gotta pay a whole lot of money. Some trade school are not all that good, you pay less money. You know what I mean? I'm just here just testing out this whole thing, trying to understand the buzz and the whistle behind it. If you're looking for a moderator also, yeah, that's another thing. I'll talk to my partner. If you're hearing this, we do have opening. We're looking for people who want to be our moderator for our channel because we want to make sure that what we do is not only impactful, not trying to do nothing messy. Because we learned from our 2 episodes that we will upload on our channel. We want to take a deep dive to what we're doing. Yeah, you're right, big bad bull. It allow you to do a whole lot, and I'm trying to like understand it because right now I got the free version, and before me and my partner decide to go to that next, like we want to pay or purchase the license or purchase the packet. They had different price range, and I'm looking at it. I was like, how you gonna work around that? Cause I make decent money. I make good money. He make good money. But we want to make sure if we go invest in this one, we invest in this so the channel can grow properly well. Because you think about it, you're looking throughout this YouTube space. We got a bunch of tech YouTubers. I can mention some of the big names I follow. I follow J2 Cent. I follow Linus Tech. I follow Gamer Nectars. I follow Paul Hardware. Um, who else I follow beside that? And there are people I follow on YouTube who build on customized PC. You know what I'm saying? I'm a PC junkie. I like to build computer. Never bought a computer in my life. And I enjoy working with my hand. This is something that I could be so passionate about. To be in the field for this long, 20 years and counting, and to see a lot of things, to expand a lot of things, I believe I got a lot to share to our black community so we can get them prepared. I would love to see more highly educated black brothers get into the IT community to the point whereby we able to have our own tech company, our own corporation. Got to see more of us in each realm because we'll talk the IT arena. It don't have to be data support. It could be network support. It could be developing. It could be program developing. It could be software developing. It could be There's about it was amazing if you think about it. There's about almost 500 different titles in the IT arena. Not everything will always be computers, hardware. It could be software. It could be website. It could be in the media arena. It could be no type of algorithm. It's the IT arena is so over expanded. This is a multi-trillion dollar industry. So right now I'm just rambling because there's a bunch of ideas we are talking about. Plus, when we're able to make sure in each episode we have, we want to be able to answer questions because in my first 2 episodes, the first one we talk about cybersecurity, I can talk about cybersecurity. We had that. When I was freelancing during my 20 years experience, while I was getting job as a contract worker, I enter a lot of people's homes who called me up or to know about what I was doing. That I go into their home and they tend to got some virus issue. I use different variations of antivirus programs out there. There was McAfee. There was Norton. no Symantec, and they were Window had their own called Window Defender. You know that great. Then I use what they call AVG Internet Security. Now every time I go into these people's homes, I am working on these people's PCs, trying to wipe out their computers. And what I did throughout the year, I was doing what they call testing with these applications I use. So as I was doing that, right, I noticed something different. The one I use normally, it's not heavily known out there. Okay? Everybody know about Semantic. Everybody know like McAfee and the mother out there. There was AVG, they'll use AVG with a software company created by former hackers, actual hacker who know the game. So they figure out if we can hack into a lot of people, we can create a software that can block hackers from coming in. Now, I jump on the bandwagon. I don't can't say I jump on the bandwagon. I just jump on the idea like, why not buy a software that can prevent your PC from being hacked and then some from actual people who know the game in hacking? So I did that. So I test them out. After working on more, maybe like 200 homes during my first 7 years in the field, I was like, AVG was one of the best out there. Very great too. Remember, people we should go through the LimeWire days, the NAFTA days. You should download music. You know how that is. So what that's going on, YouTube is probably what people were dealing with. So I was like, okay, cool. I remember I had one customer. I went to her house. Her computer was moving real mad slow. I ran the AVG Internet Securities virus scan at least 2 times. As it will pull out different viruses. I know there were multiple profiles on that PC. So when I saw certain file notes in her PC, I showed her. She was like, "Oh, you put it on my birthday. Oh man, I'm coming over here. Who profile is this? You see the file name, right? What date on that file was on put it onto the PC? And this date was like months in advance before I even got to that place. I think there's one thing you didn't understand how computer is. Computer is like a dumb dumb machine. Not the technical term, yeah, but it's a very intelligent machine as well. It doesn't think on emotion, but with everything you do, every keystroke you put onto it, it's being recorded. So, in case of a investigation, the FBI, the CIA, whatever investigating bureau, the first thing to look for is your mobile devices, your computers, your tablet, and that's because you know why? You have no way of removing the data off the hard drive unless you use some kind of military grade wiping program that literally go down to the neck and crown of the program and remove every digital data or every digital signature off the hard drive. I used to do data wipe for one of these big projects when I was working in a server project. Our job was just to remove the server racks off the server, no, remove the server off the server rack because they're making space for new totally coming in because you have these people that have server for almost, let's say, what, 15, 20 years? Will be that old. And during that time, there was new server technology being put out there. A lot of companies don't like to waste money. They buy something. When they buy something they will use for their company, for their business, that thing will be there for the next 15 to 20 years. They don't buy equipment every 2 or 3 years, every 4 or 5 years, because based on the economic of their business, they're trying to make a profit. I'm just rambling to give you guys a little scoop. Because these scoop of conversations I'm having right now will be more in depth. So you can imagine how these companies purchase their products or purchase their equipment. There's a thing called leasing. Company lease these equipment they use for their business. It could be PC, it could be monitor, it could be laptop, it could be printers, it could be server beds, whatever they need, phones. Now there are companies out there that sell these phones, but they lease it to them. Now after the period of lease is over, let's say it be 5 or 6 or 7 years, if they decide to keep the same equipment, they renew the lease. Know what I mean? That's what goes on. So it kind of like, oh, that sent me an email. It kind of like, how would I say this? What I was saying? Yeah. You know how you buy a car and you lease a car? You're not buying a car right off the bat. You know, you go to the car dealership, it'll be Toyota, Nissan, whatever, and they got leases where you can sign either for 4 years, for 6 years, or 8 years, whatever. The same TD company do the same exact thing, and they the tax right off behind it. That'll be a whole nother conversation. But I was saying though, they do these things for the sake of watching their money. You know what I mean? When they do that, hey, Mr. Paul, how you doing, my brother? I'm just testing out this software right here, Allstream, because going forward, me and my partner will do a thought live podcast. I was saying, yeah, you're right. Company do typically do a refresh for every 2 years. I did two projects. No, not I didn't do projects. Sorry, correction. I did a lot of projects. Look at my LinkedIn profile. I did a lot of projects for the Windows XP to Windows 7 migration, and I did the Windows 7 to Windows 10 migration. Now, one of the biggest projects I did was working at UBS. UBS, what they, if I remember correctly, it was a 12, 15,000 machine refresh project. When they say machine, that's the terminology they use. When they're referring to machine, they're referring to laptop and desktops. That's the terminology we use for machine as text. So our job is to go in every building, every facility they have, to either we're replacing the laptop or we're replacing the desktop or we just re-imaging it. Re-imaging means we added a new operating system. That's what we do. So there'll be a time whereby we'll be there at night. We don't do it in the morning. We have a team that do it in the morning. They walk around the floor, they do the survey, get the information back. So we do the work at night. So back in the days, back in 2011, 2012, when we do window refresh, it's mostly done at night. So the people who work in the day, we don't disturb them. So this way, they got the machine operating for the next day. If you work in the financial district, in the other company, they sometimes do it in the day. Not that kind of thing. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. That'll be for another episode. I wanted to go the kind when I go in there, I start teaching the stuff. Now imagine when they do all these leases. I remember UBS had the people hold their PC for almost a decade, which was weird. Now let me tell you why I said at the PC junkie, computer junkie. Now there's a lifespan for PC. Laptop lifespan lasts between no the longest time a laptop can last will be between 3 to 4 years. It's a good chance you can have a laptop for over 5 years, depending on how you use it. Desktop is no different. The lifespan that desktop lasts, if it's name brand, about 3, 4 years as well. It can go up to 6 years, but it's also based on maintenance. Custom made PC can last up to 5 to 7 years, and though custom made PC is always depend on how that PC was built. Some PC are built to last up to 8 or more. All you gotta do is swap out certain parts.
Good night,
So it's
guys.
like that. Um, what else? I'm not too a fan of building laptop now. Yeah, I think about that. I don't do that because I think about it's a limitation. I'm a PC junkie. I like to build PC out of a case. You have a different kind of case. I don't have to go into depth because you have like J2 Cent, Gaming Nexus, Paul Hardware, who have video out there that explain the depths of building PC. Now they explain that, but on our side of what we do for a living, there's a deep level of knowledge that it requires you to understand about building PC. There's terminologies. There's the technology behind the motherboard, technology behind the processor, the do's and don'ts. When we talk about these A plus books, these A plus books is the basic for any IT career person when doing to desktop or hardware kind of thing. The A plus book will teach you the basic knowledge and more concerning burning the PC from the CPU to the motherboard, from the motherboard to the video card, video card to soundboard, um, from power supply, based on the history of all the process makers. Now, the CPU, the central processing unit, there used to be about four companies back in the days. It's showing the computer book in the A plus book. Now we're down to two, Intel and AMD. By the time when I got into the field 20 years ago, there was actually four, which was a lot of competition at that time, but also funded. It went down to two. Some got bought out, some just went bankrupt. Stuff like that. Just family. Uh, what there to talk about? Yeah, I had a joke. I was saying that what I do for a living is not fun for the ladies. Which why I'm saying that when you're doing this type of no, it's good for ladies to get into the IT field. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be a no sexist whatsoever. Hey, and Mills, how you doing? The thing about the IT arena is no different from engineering. In technical term, it's under engineering. We believe women don't like to be challenged too much, whereby they will get their hand dirty. When you're dealing with computers, you're dealing with hardware, you're dealing with software. Software is easier because they're behind the keyboard, you just type a bunch of the code or language, whatever, that's fine. The hardware part, you go into the nitty nitty where you taking PC apart. You're moving in sound card, you're moving in video card, you're moving the RAMs. The good old days was, I don't think you guys noted this. In the yesteryear PC building, when something go wrong with your motherboard, they don't really replace your motherboard. They have to solder. There was a time when they were teaching people how to take the soldering iron and you solder on the motherboard. You move I forgot the terminology for that thing to hold the chips. You melt it down a bit and you had like some kind of vacuum tube thing with a suck out the vacuum. You move that chip that burnt out, then you had to replace it back. I remember I was in high school back in my country. They were teaching electronic engineering. They had the electronic class where they teach you how to work on an actual motherboard, how to create a actual working motherboard. You arrange the chip, you arrange the capacitor, the man. I might have to go back in that again. This is something I'm so passionate about because as I look at our schools, I look at our education, they're not challenging our youth no more. I'm not saying all to go into STEM. They can go to STEM, but it's much more than that. Woodwork, woodwork workshop. You have what are the trade classes they have back in the days? Besides computer, you got woodwork. We got machine shop. We work with metals and stuff like that. You can work in plumbing. But you got home health aid. Now I remember one high school I was working when I was working at the contract worker for the Board of Education Adele. This high school located in Manhattan, they have a high school that's more catered to the fashion industry, where they got multiple classrooms with sewing machines, and they have different. Yeah, thank you. Transistor dial capacitors. I name it like this. When I first started, we used to talk about a lot. The transistor, the dial, the capacitor, and everything, and we learned how to do soldering. That age of training for a text now, it's almost fading away because since every now and then, when the something going with the motherboard, you could just buy another one and replace it. Back then, you couldn't replace motherboard that easy. You did have a bunch of the chips out there. The transistor, the diode, the capacitor, everything. You had to have them a lot. So you had to find the right exact one to work with the motherboard you have. Then you had to solder them in. Those are good skills. These skills are not heavily being used out here in the public as it used to be. Back in my country now, you have a radio that's not working, there's a repair shop down the block. They got repaired all type of electronic. It could be your TV, it could be your there, it could be your radio, and then he will repair it. All he had to do is have electronic background. He open it up, see what's wrong with the capacitor. He sort it out, remove it, replace it, get it back working, good to go. And here's the joke though. Doing that kind of thing, it save a lot of people money. We in a country right now, we waste money. Your TV's not working, better fix it, throw it out, buy a new TV. Video not working, the same thing. This country is so wasteful. It's not even funny. I had to think back all those electronics you threw out there. No matter what you can do with it when you can't use it for something else. Don't mind me. I'm here just rambling, testing out this software. Does anybody know more about this Artune software beside me? Because it's a cool application to use. I'm just trying to get used to it. I'm more on a hands-on PT. I take PT apart. I'm sure some of you guys seen my PT. If it's not, I'll show you guys again. This is my baby that I built. Now, this is my third PC. The first one I built was a little bit more than this. You know what I mean? Inside, I know I'll be working a while. But the inside, one of my favorite characters, my anime. I got two fans in the bottom, one fan in the back, three in the front. You got what you see up here is what you call the AIO, the all-in-one liquid cooler for the CPU. That was got the RAM, the video card. Man, we will have a conversation about that another time. You got the sound cards. That's my buddy right there holding my video card with his head. Forgive him for that. You know what I mean? I don't like to have to chant to teach people. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Paul. So I'm not the only one that built computer. You're your former PT builder. That's good to hear. Now, here is I'm trying to teach my son. I want my son to learn that too. How would I put this? I'm that kind of guy. I wish this country would have put more emphasis and more fun in the education and make it more fun like it used to be back in the days. Always trying to learn something new because when you can do things, it puts you to the next level. Today, public schools are not doing that justice. You're right. I got to invest a lot of hours in this live stream. Let me be honest. When I first started going on live, it from the Peace Network. That's what it is. I was scared as hell. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to fight that little butterfly thing you be stumbling whatsoever. As of lately, the more I started coming in live on different panels, the more I started to feel comfortable. Then when I started to feel comfortable, this is where I really am when people around me, when you're having conversation. I have my way of delivery, I have my way of talking, but the thing is sometimes I may end up giving that little supervisor mode. I used to be a lead tech, I used to be a survivor of the team whereby I take whatever instructions were given for me and my team and I break it down in a way that I make it so simple for my team to follow, but I want to make sure my team become the best of the best. Now, I'm not going to lie, it's bragging right. In past parts that I've been on, I made sure my team was number one above all the other teams, meaning not only we're more efficient, we're more effective, we don't waste time, we able to do large numbers of small teams regardless. I remember one time at UBS, I did it on purpose. My partner knew that because what happened that day that made my project manager look real stupid. He first called us on it's one of those weekends on a Friday. He told we had to go to the Avenue America location. That's across the street from Rockefeller. And we need about 20 plus technician to deploy 130 and 140 machine. I told my partner, I said, no, sir, we don't need that many people, to be honest with you. Which is why you said, I said, trust me when I say this. If you want to get 130, 140 machine deployed, you only need about, 6 to 8 people, top. He thought I was playing. I'm serious, so you don't need that much many people. So Saturday come, which we would have come in. We have about 25 people coming in to the one floor, which is, if I remember correctly, I think it was on the 11th on 12th floor. We put to install this floor. We went to construction that lasted about maybe what 2 to 3 months. They tear out the whole place. We do the floor, we do the ceiling, do everything, and set up a way, but we can hold a lot more trader because anyone who knew ever worked in UBS, they had two trading floors. They got one at in Avenue of America location. The biggest one in Denver, Connecticut. That big at the football field. That's a whole different story. Another time to explain that. So About 25 of us, multiple teams, came over there to Avenue America to deploy a 130 machine. Now, on a Friday, I set it up whereby, just to embarrass my party manager, I told my team, this is a bet to anyone in my team. If any one of you can outdo me and deploy more machine than I do, I will give them $20. Now, there's the reason why I said that, because I had a reputation whereby when it comes to deploying machine, I go in. If it was by my side, I would knock out maybe between what? Between 12 to 20 machines in less than an hour. Because I know how to be effective, I know how to be efficient, I don't like to waste time. So I made a bet with my team members who were coming with me to Avenue America. I tell you, if any one of you can beat me and beat me in my numbers on how many teams we got deployed, I'm giving you a whole $20. Now, doing that, my team was like, yeah, bet I'll give me some free money. So, okay. I tell you, it's on. Now, I realized I did it on purpose, so all the other team will not know what would have happened. So we got on the floor. They were hooking up the monitors. Most of the traders have like maybe,
What are you doing?
well, correct. Some trader get 3 monitors, some trader get 4 monitors, right? It's a UPS. So when they hook up the monitor, that way you can deploy the machine.
What are you
So
doing?
we told them, better get more guy to hook up the monitor because my team not gonna wait for you guys. We go real fast. I think I was joking. So
Come here.
we were there for like almost maybe what 9 hours. Start in the morning. Sometimes gotta take a break. Now when we first started, the first 4 hours, everybody was looking at my team like, what happened? Got out in the mix too. We were knocking that machine like what there was no tomorrow. Get them hooked up, get everything plugged in, get a keyboard, mouse, everything set up. Boom. Make sure everything connected. Make sure you line the cable that I have to put to be. We configure the monitor and everything working. Move to the next one. As we were moving real fast, the guys that was setting up the monitor, they were feeling the pressure. They're like, "Oh shoot, these guys are moving too quickly." Now all the other team was struggling trying to hook up the first 2 or 3 machines individually, while my team was just flying off the handle. We was, we were acting like we ain't got no time. There was no tomorrow. So after you were going in, they had one representative from HP. Yeah, they're the one that have the contract with our UBS. So we were flying off the handle, knocking out the EPC like crazy. My project manager and one of my idiotic co-workers who got kicked out the project and got brought back month after, and they made me the lead tech automatic for no because he was an ass kisser. I say like that, I don't really care. Um, they had it for me for a while because you know why they realized what I was doing. I was getting a lot of praise. Now means I ain't no individual who chase out the glory. If I do an excellent job, I'm fine. I just keep it moving. I don't got time to be getting all that little praise. But, no, the job done. Okay, what's the next order of business? I just keep it moving. So they hear my name out a lot of time in the meeting. How my team did a great job and did play. My team did a job on that plays, and it kind of like eating them because I'm a black guy. God, don't let you know in corporate America, there's a war when it comes to black IT compared to all the other. They think we're not that good. That's why I want to see more of our people come in and outshine them for a reason, so we can change that narrative. So when I was there, wherever I go with my team, things are done properly, things are done on a professional level. We dot our I, dot our T. I do a walkthrough after every done, make sure there's no garbage because I want to make sure when my team done their jobs, we did it good. We ain't playing game, we did it good. So that day, the representative from AP, he was surprised how my team moved because we moving so fast. We knock out so many machines. There was one time we was almost completely done. The idiotic project manager and his lanky with the biggest actor were trying to shout on us, "Hey, why you not doing anything?" We're like, excuse me, if you notice, we don't need guy to hook up the monitor. We almost been done. So, and the people that hook up say, yes, yes, they're waiting on up. We trying to move quicker. They're moving too fast. You're like, oh, sorry, I didn't know. Now, mind you, if I didn't mention that, would tell my team saying they're doing nothing. But we did more than half the number required. My team alone was about one, two, three, four, five, including me. I have four of the guys in my teams who were with me helping to knock out these machines. Everybody else was still having got to number four. We did more than half the number. By the time we were done, out of the 130 or 140 machine we did, my team at the total did almost 80. I did 20. I was trying to go to number 21, 22. I was going OP. My team could have held me down. Two of my best men in my team did 15 each. The others was like, let's see, 15, 15, that's 30. I did 50. No, that's 20, that's making 50. And the remaining 80 was split among the two other members, two or three other members. No, no, yeah, yeah, I had five guys, yeah. Two of my best right hand men did 15 each. I did 20. So that 15, 15, 30. My numbers making it 50. The remaining 30 were done between the remaining three techs on my team. We took more than half done. They were shocked. Everybody else was struggling to get it done. Now, Monty with motivation, I have some Asian guy, I have some Spanish dude, I have some white dude, whatever, I have some black. But I make sure I train my tech to be better and more efficient and more effective because I don't believe in wasting time. I was on that project for like a year and 2 months. So whenever I go in any other places and they hear my name, they hear that my team did an excellent job with a very small team, we did high numbers because hear this joke. I'll be in where did Weehawken, New Jersey. Yeah. That one the other UBS mall located that's next to the water. My team will knock out maybe 30 to 50 machines at night. This idiotic project manager will be in Stamford, Connecticut with 20 techs, and they're having problem deploying 20 machines. Let that stick in, guys. Yeah, one project manager, three lead techs, and 20 techs in Stamford, Connecticut, where they got an easy deployment setup where all they gotta do is swap out the machine. With 20 techs, they have a problem knocking out 20 machines in one night. But I have like five or six techs on my team, and we knocking out 40 to 50 machine a night. And I request for more manpower. I was like, yo, boss, we need more, we need more manpower, we need more help. Oh, you don't got any help. You got the easy side. No, we don't have the easy side. We're telling you guys got the easy side. The client manager told us from the beginning of the project, we're the hard side, we're the easy side. Stamford, Connecticut with the easy side. Avenue America with the easy side. Park Avenue, somewhat easy. Jersey City, based on the building, one was easy, one is not easy. The other building, it takes like 3 hours to replace one machine, have a different process, whereby it mirrored the image of one PC to another PC, but shut down the neck card on the old one. The Weehawken location, not the easy site. We can't do the migration over the neck. We got to do more source to peer using a crossover cable. You have two disks, one for the target machine, one for the source machine. The way to copy the information from the source going to the target machine. That was the header. To push down the application to the network, we were running on 100. It was almost running like almost, was that correct? 10 meg. The network speed in that building was 10 meg. I was like, wait, this is 2011, 2012, and you running 10 meg? Most people have 100 meg, almost a gigabit speed, and you had 10 meg? Like, you serious? So imagine trying to pull down Photoshop onto the machine through the network. If anyone had the PC guy. yeah. Yeah, not that easy. So the guy was crapping on me, saying that my side was easy when the client knew that my boss was lying. Because they told her from the baby, and he the joke. He wasn't the first project manager, he was the fourth project manager, a whole different ball game. Went through three other project managers that I had to get rid of. The first one was no good coming from AP. The second one was from our no, was it? First one was from AP. Second one from AP. Yeah. Those two from AP was no good. The first one was no good, who met creating a huge mess. The second one barely showed up on site. The third one, He got to get kicked or do some credit check because in most agency they do a 7 year credit check. Then the client you be able to do it like a 15 or 12 or 15 year credit check. So then they go further. If they find anything within your credit check, they disqualify you. That's another thing. Why we gotta do credit check to do a job? I don't get it. Don't you get a job to pay off your debt that you own? Hey, Don GQ. Yeah, I'm testing out the software you got me working on because we're trying to do a live on Saturday. So I'm just doing a little test. I'm just rambling to see how this works for me. Yeah, if you're looking for a moderator, I'm telling you guys, if anyone want to help out with the moderation, no, being a moderator for the show, please let us know. Uh, if you go to my channel, I got my information there. You can reach out to me or my partner. That's what I was saying. Yeah. Now imagine we are at one of the worst sites, and my boss was telling me he need more manpower when he had the easiest site. If I was on his site with 5 techs that I had, we would have been knocking down almost 60 to 70 machines a night over there and made them look bad. But he got it easy over there. And here's the joke though, I trained most of his techs. 'Cause I remember one time I got a call, and that was from my partner named Marvin. He was part of the command center who monitor all the site what was going on. Him and one other guy, they reached out. He was the second guy to reach out. The first guy, I forgot his name. He reached out to me and said, I know, oh, I'm sorry to bother you. No, I know how you felt. What you mean? My other name is Olaya. They call me O. Because they're not pronounce my African name, so they call me O. I hate to bug you. But you might have to go back to Stamford, Connecticut. Go back to Stamford, Connecticut for what? 'Cause I remember the first time I went there, I was out there, they had me training about almost 60 technicians who would come onto the project because they have multiple sites. So I would not only the lead, the team lead, I was also that technical lead on top of it. I had two titles. So as I'm training these technicians how to do their job over there, show them the work from start to finish, right? I left, do that job in Weehawken. I get a call back, oh, you might have to go back. I said, why I have to go back for? For what? You might have to retrain the tech. I said, hold on, retrain who? He said, I know you pissed off. I said, why won't I be pissed? You got one party manager, 3 team leaders over there. Are you telling me that only can train the techs over there? Well, the problem is you are the go-to guy. Everybody know on the whole party, you the guy who train everybody else. So they don't trust the party, they don't trust the 3 team leaders they have the tour. So let me get this straight. You telling me they got this two for that dude who's the party manager and 3 team lead, you can't do their goddamn job, and you want me to leave what I'm doing from one side that I need more manpower because we all spread thin because we do the matter overtime. If you were to my team back then, you were getting overtime easy. You were doing like what? My team working like what between 43 to almost 50 hours a week because we got way too much work to do. I needed more manpower to spread the work, so we were doing like double duty, triple duty. So they want me to go back to Stamford, Connecticut. Okay, fine. I went back there, man. Coming from Brooklyn, New York, to go to Stamford, Connecticut. Let me tell you how it is. I gotta take the 4 train all the way to Grand Central, get off there and tack the Connecticut train to Stanford. The 2 train, one local, one. But I gotta get out there. That'll be like an hour and a half, almost 2 hour commute, depending on the timing. So I went out there. Fine. I get on the site. I asked them what the heck is going on. You might have to retrain all the tech. We were training tech for what? I trained the technician how to do the proper survey from start to finish. I trained them how to do the deployment based on the trading floor because we have 2 different trading floor. The trading floor in Stamford, Connecticut is not as easy as the trading floor in Avalon, America due to the furniture arrangement. So I had to retrain them again. Then I got to retrain the people who I taught how to do a proper survey when you had to get a cut sheet and then document all the people's machine. Now, I'm a very detail-oriented person, and I don't play around with my guy. I take my job very serious, so because sense of I gotta step up to the plate and raise the bar high. So I gotta train everybody all over again for the second time. But it gotta make no damn sense. I don't understand why. Why is that we black folk? We have to. I hate to say this. Black folks, listen. You cannot be mediocre. Just can't. You gotta be above the standard level you see around you. If they're lukewarm, you cannot be lukewarm. You gotta be hot, hot as fire and above. Because you know why? If you don't, they're not gonna crap on their own people. They'll crap on you for not doing the job. That's real talk. So went back out there. We train them all again. I got to retrain the techs. I got to retrain the people doing the survey. We train people how to do the data wipe and everything. I'm like, what I can do all this? And you have three lead tech and a project manager. And what can do the goddamn job? And one of the ass kids who was sitting down barking on, he don't do nothing. He can't do anything. He trying to tell people how to do the damn job, and he can't do his own job properly. Like, are you serious? Yes. Twice as hard, half as far. Real talk. At one point, I'll be honest with you guys. When that fourth parliament came on the project, they told the guy to promote me to make me the lead tech, and I was the go-to guy. I know all the procedure for every site within the project. I've been there from day one. This man didn't want to promote me. He promote about what 3 or 4 actresses who I had to train them as well to another time. Which is kind of me. It's like it's stupid. Why am we training lead techs who put know what the hell they're doing? And they would hear this joke, guys. Those so-called lead techs were on site a month before I came on as a regular tech. And they went to the so-called training, and all the other techs who was on site, who were doing desktop support or the service call, they told me about the team members that you can't tell me these guys who had a month ahead of time before you guys came on site for the train to be lead tech, and they don't know what the hell they're doing. And I got to go and train them a month after. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So how they pick these people for these jobs? And they pay them X amount of money. At that time, you were a lead tech to what was it? Yeah, it was K for that did the job. They were paying lead tech $25 an hour. That back in 2011, 2012. Now at the regular tech, you're making about what was like 16, $17 an hour. Now they put to promote me. And I hear this. If I get promoted to lead tech, I'm about to get $25 an hour, right? Wrong. They promote me and they particularly make sure I didn't get the money I was supposed to get paid for. I got paid 90 an hour. And I did a much better job than all the crappy ass lead tech they have in the field. Like, are you serious? I was doing way more work than all the so-called lead tech they had. And they were getting paid more than me, and they were screwing up. Most of them were supposed to get fired. There's certain things you can't do on a financial firm that if they find out you did, that's automatic firing right there on the spot. And they didn't get fired for it. I'm like, wow, you serious? So, as I was saying before, I trained them. I trained the tech. I trained the people who doing the surveys, do the tech support. I even had to train the so-called lead tech how to do the damn job. So, went back to my site. I'm trying to do the deployment. That ad kisser came on my site. I asked for more manpower. This man don't know how to do his damn job. He come to my site trying to tell me how to do my damn job. And everybody looked at him like, you joking, right? I told him, I said, you come here to my site to teach me how to do my damn job. Are you serious? I said, were you here day one? You have to remember you got kicked off the site. And you came back month after. Do you know all the procedure for all these sites? I embarrassed him in front of my team members. I said, sir, if you're feeling yourself, I'm the only guy on this project who understands all of the procedure of all the other sites. Not that idiotic project manager you have over there. And I said it in his face. Because they told me when he came onto the site, I got to show him all the procedures that need to be done in all the sites. So for you to come here and tell me to do my damn job and y'all keep screwing up over there, it don't make no damn sense. I literally bust the guy off, literally, because he was pissing me off. Now, if I want to put his name out there, you either to find him on LinkedIn. I want to put his name out. I would love to throw shit at that dude because he act like he knows everything. He don't know jack at all. And he was the epic screw up big time. So he came to my site. They made him a site lead. That's another promoter above me. Site lead makes about 30 an hour. Here's a joke, guys. I'm in Weehawken as a team lead doing site lead workload and still not getting paid for a site lead position. So they'll make sure they don't promote me at all, period. Imagine that. This is corporation. They put out there, you need more black people in our field more than ever. So this won't happen again. When I argue why I'm not being promoted to site lead and I'm doing the site lead workload, meaning I had to come into the site around what? The woman come into the site at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll be there from 9 a.m. all the way to like 2 a.m. almost every day. Imagine how many hours that is. Now, this is Weehawken, and Weehawken, everybody know New York City. You got to take the MTA subway train. You take the 2 or the A train to Chambers Street and catch the PATH train to get to Newport News. Yeah, that's New York City for you. And when you catch the PATH train at Newport News, you get off the train, get out the subway, you go across the street. There's a pathway behind the buildings. There's a shopping mall right behind them, and in between there's a light railroad. You got to take that to Weehawken. I still remember like we yesterday. I did it 2011, 2020. I still remember how to get there. I remember the hassle. So that would need to be done. So you can imagine that. So to work from 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. Monday to Friday. Then one moment they tell, oh, you might have to come back. I think I'm working on Monday to Friday. I'm not coming on Saturday. You're not going to kill me. We have an episode 4 that we did a recording already, but the news room uploaded about burnout. I will share that story again, but it'll be more in depth because it's something I left out. Just imagine that. That's why I realized in corporate America, as a black individual, you got to work twice as hard. But it's not only twice as hard, you got to work almost more than that to make a name for yourself. Your white counterpart don't have to work twice as hard and they can get promoted easy. You, on the other hand, you got to prove your worth. It's funny. We on the thing for almost an hour. Not bad. I'm wondering, did anybody very familiar with this more Stream features? I'm not sure it's the same as more StreamYard. I never used the StreamYard software yet, but Don DQ got me on this one. And they're the better software than the world it is. So I'm just testing it out, see. It's gonna be like a test live. You know what I mean? Oh boy. It's about 10, 14. Okay. You know what? Tomorrow I'll do another test again. Come to test out the flow and everything. I want to tell you how I can try these things out. Okay, I know if I want to make, we're gonna make a purchase. Me and my partner gotta both agree what we're gonna do. I gotta sign some paperwork right now. and my partner, we got to share a joint sharement on this content we're doing on this podcast we're doing right now because it's mostly his idea. You know what I mean? It's fine. Got that sign, everything. It's good to go.
You tell him when to pay?
Hmm?
Tax, I tell you when to pay?
Yeah, I already did that already.
He tell you?
Huh?
He tell you to pay?
You only get you told the fee.
He said it?
Remember the copy I just showed to you?
Yeah.
It show you the fee there. I did that already.
Um,
Yeah, that's my wife you hear in the background. Hey, Paul Bennett. Yeah, show me your LinkedIn profile. I want to check out what you done. I'm glad you have a LinkedIn profile. No, you guys, I hate to say this. LinkedIn profile is pretty good. I will vouch for that website. I had it since was it 2010 or 2009? The LinkedIn profile came into business. I can't remember. Then when I remember working on one of the projects I was working for American Express, one of my coworkers told me LinkedIn profile is pretty much good for people looking for jobs. It's like having an online resume. And he gave me the key to making it work for me. He say, when you have a LinkedIn profile, make sure your LinkedIn profile is that detailed your own resume, your paper resume. You know what I mean? That's real talk. So I'm not throwing you a free gem to anybody. If anybody who out there looking for work or anybody who got a job, trying to transition to another job, right? It is essential you have a LinkedIn profile so that beside your own resume that you have, make your LinkedIn profile to almost mirror your resume, but make it a detailed part of they can see what you have done. So this way, as time progress, you may have different job whereby people in your job can recommend you. You know, I got about what 20. Oh no, I got I think at least 23 to 24 recommendation on my LinkedIn profile. It may be more. I gotta check it again and see who submitted a recommendation of those who I work with. It's a great tool for real. It's I would consider LinkedIn as the business social media for business people, whereby you can find people you're looking for to hire. You can find people you're gonna work with, depending on what you're doing, and etc. It's better. It's not meant for shenanigans. I mean, at the time, you got some people going on LinkedIn, probably doing all kind of shenanigans. It's not meant for that. It's like a business type of thing, which Facebook could try and do the same thing too, but LinkedIn is way better than that. The other time you can upload your own resume document over there. But another time, from when it start off, you can link your beside Google, what was it? Your box, online share drive. You got Google Drive, you got Box, and there's one other. What did I? Hold on. Beside OneDrive, yeah, with Box. That's what it called. Box was like a network share drive company, and I no, first with Box they used. The next time they switched over to Dropbox. I have four. I got Box, I got Google Drive, I got Dropbox, and I got OneDrive. I try to use as many tools as possible just for the flexibility of them because you don't want to have everything in one location. You want to separate them for different purposes. Trying to take time to go to it. And now I'm doing a test here, and I'm glad you guys are out there watching and reviewing and hearing me rambling. But when the show come on Saturday, um, the schedule and time we were supposed to do it at 1 p.m. on Saturday. Every Saturday that we're planning to target on to do the tech talk. We're gonna have different topics, different conversation. You'll be able to answer questions if people may have any question or take comment. We want to make this show as engaging as possible so we share information. Also, we want to bring people on the panel who will lot and share their experience as well. Either they were a server tech, or the software developer, or the web designer, whatever. We want to make that channel be a place whereby we can showcase and have conversation about different positions within the IT arena that can reach out and attend to people who want to get into the IT field, especially ladies. If we find a lot of ladies out there who have a lot of experience in the IT field, we want to bring them over to our channels as well so we can interview them, ask questions, and see what their experience is like so we can have that type of impact. Not only teach people, because I know in the trade schools, especially in college, they don't teach customer service. We'll have a talk about that one too as well. Uh, what else is this? That's about it. I'm going to end this soon because it was a test stream. I'm just testing this out. See what it's like. I'll do some more test stream. I'm not going to delete the videos. They can use it to enjoy some of the conversation. I hope it's beneficial, but I like to share my experience to people. Then if this channel do grow the way it's supposed to grow, I may be able to talk some other topics that I do have a lot to share on. But that'll be another time to talk about that, all right? I appreciate you guys. I'm glad you listen to my rambling because I want to make sure I'm familiar with this software so in case of anything. So this way we can make this channel a very great channel to be very impactful to help a lot of people. I'm gonna give a shout out to Big Bad Boo, man, you cool dude, real talk, to Mr. Paul Bennett, to Don GQ, Jenny, I appreciate you to come and watch me ramped. Uh M Mills, shout out to you. And other than that, I had a good time. I will test it out again tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out things, see how this thing works, so I can be more familiar. Other than that, good night. God bless. Get some rest. It's another day. Peace.